All right, testing. We are live back over on YouTube. We are live inside of chat as well. So it looks like we got some viewers popping back in. We got viewers over on YouTube popping back in. My apologies, guys. You got to love technology. Good morning. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Looks like my my upload is good. I restarted my OBS as well. No updates. Again, it could be internet, but again, my whole computer's been spazzed out lately, guys. So I think it's time for a new PC. I might take it in and get a little tune up, a little check, but we good? It was the point. It was the porn tunes. All right, as long as that's good, we have to make up about, what, 7 minutes, right? We got 7 minutes to make up. I can't dive through everything at this point in time, but we're gonna dive through the top stocks. All right, guys? I do not want to cut it close. So let's make sure everybody's in here. The Russians did it, probably. It's only been happening for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. JDOS, what's up? Dougie, Trendy, Jamie, Spaz, Steve. What's up, guys? Hit me with a big good morning again. Let me know how the stream is. As long as we are good inside of chat. Want to make sure you guys are getting an opportunity to readjust your quality settings. So hover over the live stream, click the settings icon, go to quality, switch it from auto to 1080p, right? Make sure you're set to live as well. Looks and sounds better, fantastic. Everybody inside of chat saying it looks and sounds better as well. So we got to make up some time, guys. We got to make up some time. So let's do it real quick. Number one stock that we are going to be watching today is CELZ. Again, we were talking about market conditions, what we're looking for, everything like that. CELZ 830 dropping a good press release, ladies and gentlemen. So this morning, CELZ, their press release was they announced top line results. That's the key word. Top line results, okay? So we got CELZ, low float stock, 6 million in float, trading good volume, up 81%. Let's see if this is the top stock of the day. Maybe we see another press release come out 9:30, right? That could be the number one stock. But right now, I would say CELZ, right? It's been trading for 45 minutes. Since the press release, we've traded almost 13 million shares. It's a nice low float stock. It's leading the board. I would say right now CELZ is going to be the number one stock that we should keep on watch. We want to see the break over 320. We got 320 resistance on CELZ. We have 361 resistance and then 388 resistance. That's the highest the stock's ever been. So anything over 388, the sky's the limit. You got $4 and then $5. Bottom support right now is back down at 251. CELZ has everything. It has the news, low float, it has the volume, it's moving up nice in pre-market. A lot of potential on the stock. All right, again, top resistance, all-time high, 388. Over all-time highs, the sky's the limit, $4 and then $5 on CELZ. These stocks have news. The ones I'm getting ready to list, right? I know we're brushing through it quick. It's not our normal day. These stocks I'm getting ready to hit on have news, all right? They have great volume. They're low float stocks as well, all right? So all of these stocks have great news. CELZ, this is the top stock I want to watch because the press release came right around 8:30, and those stocks with those later press releases the last 2 days have been the top stocks. So again, market conditions, the trend, that's why I want to watch CELZ as my number one. But I do want to watch RZLT, right? RZLT has good news, good volume, low float stock, supports at 420 with resistance at $5, right? So again, you got 420 support, top resistance at 5. We could see it back up towards around $6 and then possibly hitting that high of 662. RZLT, we are going to be watching this one today as well. LBPS has good news, has the volume, nice low float stock. This stock doing pretty well. Support right now is back down at 652. That's a good level of support. But we are trying to form this higher low back above 7. So again, if we can hold $7 off this higher low, we could see a nice push back up to 8 and then to 875 on LBPS. If we do not hold above 7 and we crack below 7, we could see it come back down at 652. But ideally, I want to see this higher low form above 7, open, get a break of that VWAP, and then run back up towards around 8, possibly back up to 875. Those are our top 3 stocks for the day. CELZ number 1, LBPS number 2, RZLT number 3. All of these stocks have good news, great volume, low floats. Let's see which one traders decide. This is the top stock of the day, and we will get prepared and we will make it happen. We want to watch ZTEK. This is a newer IPO stock. right? We've been seeing a lot of these IPO stocks open on up, have a nasty red day. They do move in pre-market, post-market, right? Gapping up. They typically come back down to where the IPO high was, and then they bounce and have a decent little pop to the upside. So again, we've seen that a lot in the penny stock market, right? Newer IPOs, nasty red day, they gap up, they pull back into the IPO high, they bounce, and then they start ripping and running. So we do want to watch ZTEK above 301. If we can hold 301 today, we can absolutely start to see a bounce, and maybe we start to see some good volume move on in to ZTEK, and let's see if we have any opportunity there. Right now, it's a back burner. Just watching it above 301 at this point in time, just to see if it does bounce, just to see if we do get some volume today over on ZTEK. MULN, prior day mover, right? This stock gapped up on Monday. Nice little red day. We gapped down yesterday right into that 294 support, and we just grinded 294 all day before we broke out, hitting highs at 360. Right now, consolidating through post-market, consolidating through pre-market. Really not a lot happening right now. When you look at a 5-minute time frame, it's like, what is there? There's no opportunity. But look at the daily chart, right? Great momentum, great mover, right? We had our first red day. We had our 2-day pullback. We pulled back Monday. We pulled back a little bit on Tuesday, yesterday as well. But we did have a nice end-of-day finish, right? We held that 294, $3 level strong. We had a nice little bounce on up. I'd be looking to see if we get a continuation today. Above 294, we could start to see that daily U-shape and start to see this move back up towards around $4 on MULN. So we do want to watch MULN today above. I would actually bring that level down towards around 287. So between 287 and $3 support, we want to watch MULN. If we find support, we put some market structure in, we see some volume come on in, we do have some great potential today. We could see it back up at 360, which was yesterday's spiking high. And then we could see it back up towards around Monday's highs, slightly over $4. So MULN right now, it's a back burner trade. But again, it's all momentum. It's a prior day mover. Again, we get pullbacks into support, then typically we start bouncing and we follow through with another leg to the upside. We could very well start to see that today with MULN. So we want to keep that stock on high watch, guys. All right. These stocks are all prior day movers that have potential, right? So MULN, prior day mover, it has potential. BKKT, this was a nice prior day mover as well. It's been slowly grinding and creeping since last week. This week, we have a nice little pop, right? Monday, nice little bounce off the 50 SMA and the 20 EMA with a nice gap up and a nice follow through yesterday, hitting highs of 736 on BKKT. We want to watch BKKT above 667. We do have potential back up towards around yesterday's highs of 734. And if we break over yesterday's highs of 734, we have this gap to be filled right around 775. So we definitely want to watch BKKT today as well. It's a back burner stock. It may not do anything, but if it does, we want to get prepared, and there is some opportunity. So simply holding above 667 support, ideally getting back above and trading above 7, breaking yesterday's highs, we could see it up towards around 775. Right now, it's on the back burner, just like MULN, because we have better opportunity right out of the gate. Now, let's talk about some possible mid-candle breakouts, right? We all know what mid-candle breakouts are. If you guys don't know what a mid-candle breakout is, we're going to do a lesson today on mid-candle breakouts and really get you guys up to speed. So I'm going to go with the weaker mid-candle breakouts and then the ones that have better potential, right? So GFAI would be a weaker mid-candle breakout, but there is still some potential. This stock has been slowly grinding on up over the past couple of weeks. Friday and Monday, not a bad little pop. We went from 90 cents, hit highs of 150. We gapped down yesterday, had a nice little red day right in the middle of Monday's green day, and we did hold above that level of resistance as support. So what we would want to see here on GFAI is this not to drop any lower than yesterday's lows, right around 109, and start breaking yesterday's close right around 122. Starting to break yesterday's close of 122, that's where volume could start to move in for that possible mid-candle breakout. We have potential to 133. Breaking over 133, even more volume should start to move in to GFAI possibly pushing this back up to Monday's spiking highs, right around 147 on GFAI. So possible mid-candle breakout, 109 support. Want to see the initial break of 122. That's where I expect to see some initial volume move in to 133. And then anything over 133 up to 147 and 150. Again, 50-50 mid-candle. Has potential, but we have better potential with CYRN. So again, Monday's top gainer, CYRN. Gap down, sitting sideways. Nice little mid-candle breakout formation for today. Really can start picking up over 806, which was yesterday's open. So CYRN breaking over 785 and 806. That's where volume can definitely start moving on in to CYRN, pushing the stock back up towards around $9, right? You got 9 to 919. That's the 200 SMA. That's Monday's close, right? We could see a retest of yesterday's highs of 950, and we could see a retest of Monday's highs up towards around $10 to 1026. But I would say the main target that you should look to lock in some profits, right, is going to be that 200 SMA. Right around Monday's close of 907, the 200 SMA is 919. So definitely keep this one on high watch today, guys. You got 750 support, breaking 785. We should see a pop in volume, right? Get some things going. Volume really should start moving in over 806. And over 806, that's where I get interested, up towards 875. And then that 200 SMA, right around 9 to 919 on CYRN. Definitely showing some good potential for that possible mid-candle breakout. And then last but not least, not the best looking mid-candle breakout, but it's meeting the criteria, right? We have a strong green day. We get a gap down, right? Falling pretty much in the middle of the first day. Now it's not red, and we're not really, yeah, we are gapping down a little bit, but we're not gapping down substantially underneath yesterday's lows to get that follow through, to get that mid-candle break. So it's not really meeting the criteria to a T to make this an A+ mid-candle breakout, but it's still meeting enough criteria to keep it on watch, right? Can't say how many times we've seen this type of setup and I'm like, it's not really a mid-candle breakout, and then boom, it forms a mid-candle breakout. So what I would be doing is watching NRSN back above 650, right? Back above 640 to 650 is where I think a lot of volume could start moving back in. We have potential back up to $8, right? So let's wait for a simple break over that 650 level. Let's see if volume starts to really move on in. And as long as we're holding above 650 and trading above 650, we do have potential to see the mid-candle breakout back up towards around Monday's highs, right around 818, right? If this is a true mid-candle breakout and NRSN really gets that volume, and it is the one stock today that traders are on, right? We could see it up towards around 875 and then $10 on NRSN, okay? So we definitely want to be watching NRSN, possible mid-candle breakout. CYRN looking a lot better for the mid-candle breakout. And then GFAI has some potential for a mid-candle breakout today as well. Prior day movers that are on watch, BKKT above 667. We have room back up to 736 and then 775 to fill the daily gap. MULN, momentum play, right? We got a nice little gap up on Monday, red day, pulled back to that 290 level, held us support. We saw a nice little bounce yesterday and today. We could see a follow through today for the next leg up, back up to 360 and then back up over $4, maybe retesting Monday's highs right around 418 on MULN. Definitely going to keep that one on watch. ZTEK is a back burner sleeper play. It's a newer IPO stock. We could bounce off 3. So if we do come down to $3 and we see a nice bounce, we could see a follow through and we could see a nice little day today on ZTEK, as these newer IPO stocks really like to rip and run. Stocks with news, top stocks out of the gate. LBPS, right? News, volume, low float. Definitely going to keep this one on watch. Supports at 650. Want to see this ideally trading above 7. If we can trade above 7, we could see this one back up towards around 8. And then 875. RZLT, support at 420 with top resistance at $5. This stock also has good news. Low float, great volume, 420 support, room to 5, possibly back up towards around 590. And then the number one stock that I am watching today out of the gate, CELZ. All right, CELZ, really good news, great volume, low float stock. This stock had its press release right at 8:30, and that's what we've been seeing the last 2 days. 8:30, 9:30 press releases, low floats. Those are the top gaining stocks. One thing you gotta be mindful of, you can trade these up until about 11:30, 12 o'clock, right? You can expect to see these stocks, or that stock, whatever stock is the top gainer of the day, whatever stock steals the attention, we can expect to see a nice big move up until about 11:30, 12 o'clock before it tops out, consolidates, and then possibly fades and falls into the day. Why would I expect that to happen? That's what we saw with LLL. That's what we saw with NRSN. These stocks ripped the first hour to an hour and a half out of the gate, right? Up until about that 12 o'clock mark before they started topping out, dying on off, and then they faded until the end of the day. So if you are looking to go long today, you want to go long up until around 11:30, 12 o'clock. If you are looking to short today, one of these top gainers, you want to wait to enter your shorts right after 12 o'clock when we've hit that high a day, when we start really looking like we're losing that attention, we're fading and falling. That's when you could look for a nice all-day fade, as that's what we saw with NRSN, and that's what we saw with LLL as well. All right. We got about 2 minutes to go. CREX had earnings, right? So CREX, I had it on watch. It's moving up off earnings. Over 110, we have potential, right? If we can hold above that 110 level and see some volume move in, we have potential back up to 142. We're in one big channel, right? One big channel. You got top channel resistance at 144, potential bottom channel support right around 110. Could be forming a double bottom, right? Could be a little early, a little premature, but we could be forming a possible double bottom right off 110, and we could see this open and pop right out of the gate. If that happens, that would confirm an entry, maybe right around 117 to 118. Stops would be below that level of support at 110, and you would have resistance and a target back up towards around 144 on CREX. So definitely watch CREX. If you'd like, it's moving up off earnings, and again, you're right at support right now. Potential double bottom. We could bounce off bottom channel support back up to top channel resistance right around 144. I don't have a lot of time. We got about 1 minute to go, but I will be looking at AMC, doing some due diligence, getting prepared, and if I see any opportunity with AMC today, we'll definitely be looking to trade it if there's a setup. And GameStop as well. Both AMC and GameStop are moving on up. Big strong green day yesterday with GameStop. We're gapping up from 125 to 130. We did hit highs of 148. We do have support at 125.43, yesterday's highs. So if GameStop comes down and finds support off yesterday's highs, we could see another green day to the upside here on GameStop. So I'm definitely going to be watching GameStop today. I haven't had a chance to do my due diligence, right? I was going to do that with you guys, but again, we lost about 7 to 10 minutes this morning because of the stream. We will be watching GameStop, and we will be watching AMC today as well, guys. All right, so we got about 30 seconds to go. Whew, man, literally making up 7 minutes. That took a lot. Like, sorry, it was probably fast. I was really going through things, trying to be as thorough and as efficient as possible. I know I didn't take a breath between each sentence, each word, but again, I had to make up 7 minutes, but we are prepared. We're ready to go. I'm going to catch my breath, take a chill pill, calm down a little bit. We are all set, guys. All right, scanners are now up. We are live in 2, 1, boom. Markets open. We are live. What I'm going to be doing is primarily watching CELZ, but also watching our halt resume scanner, breakout scanner, and high day momentum scanner. If we see a new stock getting halted, hitting the breakout scanner, let's see if there's news. If there's news and we see a fresh stock getting some action, that could be the top stock of the day, guys. All right, so right now, CELZ to start the day, followed by all of those back burners, and we are all set, ready to rock and roll, guys. Also watching the scanners to see if we get a brand new fresh stock, maybe dropping a press release right when the market opens, kind of like LLL did yesterday, and maybe we have some action. All right, LLL could be a nice mid-candle breakout for tomorrow, so keep that on watch. MULN above $3 definitely has some potential today, guys. So right now we're watching CELZ as the #1 stock. CELZ. CELZ. There we go. Maybe we can pull back down towards around that pre-market level of resistance, right around 355. Hold that level, bounce, and break over high a day. We did hit our top level of resistance right around 386, guys. That's the all-time high, right around 388. Anything over those all-time highs, we could see 4, 450, and then 5. Nice big break out of the gate. Maybe we can see a nice little two candle pullback, staying above 355. If we start to break over 390, this thing could definitely get pretty explosive, guys. So we're absolutely watching CELZ as the #1 stock right now at this point in time. Above 355, we can see this follow through with a high day break and start to rip and run. I am watching CYRN off to the side because CYRN is the best looking mid-candle breakout at this point in time. I'm actually looking for a dip buy on ZTEK, guys. So right now on ZTEK, $3, I'm looking for a dip buy at $3 on ZTEK. All right, so if this thing does dump on down into the IPO spiking high of 301, I'm gonna try and catch this for a dip buy for a nice little strong bounce on back up, and maybe we get a follow through and maybe it starts ripping and running. So I want to see if I can catch a dip buy down towards around 301 on ZTEK if it ever gets there. Right now, the #1 stock, CELZ. Again, above 355, it has great potential. If it cracks below 355, team, looking to come back down towards around 320. But again, nice break out of the gate, nice 2 candle pullback on decreasing volume into 355 support, into the 9 EMA. If we can see buyers move on in, right, we can see a nice little bounce here and we can see a pop in volume. We could see a follow through for a high day break and a nice little rip and run. So right now at this point in time, high watch on CELZ just in case we hold that 355 and we see some nice buying volume move on in. But right now we're starting to slide on down below 355, guys. Right now we have potential to fall back down towards around 320. Again, GameStop has support at 125.43. It was a speed run. Yes, it was. Here goes MULN, guys. MULN starting to get a nice little pop on up here. Really get some activity above 332. 332 was yesterday's close. We have potential back up to that 360 level. And then we do have some potential back up towards around $4 on MULN. So a break and hold above 322 on MULN. You have room to 360 and then room to $4. Watched CELZ back down towards around 320, pre-market resistance, new support. Also puts you right around this trend line as well. So you have this slight uptrend from pre-market. You'd have pre-market resistance, new support right around 320. So right now, CELZ, best level of support is going to be $3.20. We're starting to see that potential mid-candle breakout on NRSN, guys. Right now, high watch. NRSN. We're breaking over that 843 to 850. Remember, over 843 and 850, staying above that level, we do have some great potential today, guys, back up towards around $8.18. So NRSN right now for the potential mid-candle breakout on high watch. All right, so right now, NRSN, I'm going to put NRSN off to the side. I do want to watch this one to see if we can hold above that 643, 650 and see if we can start, ripping and running here a little bit. NRSN, guys, has a lot of great potential for that mid-candle breakout. So right now, NRSN should be on everybody's watch, everybody's radar above that 640 to 650 mark. NRSN has some really decent potential today, team. So right now, let's definitely keep NRSN on high watch to see if we do start to get some action above that 640 to 650. See if we can get a nice little follow through for this potential mid-candle breakout that it's currently working on here on NRSN. This is a low float sleeper play. It's already ripped on Monday. Setting up for the mid-candle, we know that when we get a proper mid-candle breakout, we can follow through with a nice big rip and run as well. So right now, definitely keep NRSN on watch above that 643 to 650. And let's see if we can get a potential little follow through. And let's just see if NRSN can start to get some action for that possible mid-candle breakout, guys. All right. So right now, I do want to watch NRSN. I know CELZ's moving, RZLT, LBPS. There's a lot of stocks moving right now. But again, this is a low float sleeper. It's already proved itself on Monday. It ran from around $2 to $8.18. Moved around a little bit yesterday as well, but we're starting to break over some of those key levels, guys. And so it's worth watching because, again, if this thing starts ripping and running, we know it can start ripping and running very, very fast. And we don't want to miss a potential good trade for about $1 to $1.50 a potential profit. Again, we have room to $8. We're at $6.50 right now. We know the stock can move 50 cents to $1 in a single minute. So we definitely want to keep this one on high watch just in case we start to see that big time volume move in and we start to get that rip and run off this potential mid-candle breakout. So right now, this is where my focus is, guys. Right? I like mid-candle breakouts. When they work out, they're explosive. They can definitely move very, very big, right? So right now, NRSN, top stock that I'm watching, guys. Let's get that breakout to 7. Let's see. Right now, stops need to be under, I would say, 630. That's where you should place some stops, right underneath $6.30. There's new high day, 667, 678, 680. There we go. Now we're trucking along. Decent volume, nice little pullback into that 627, 630. Nice follow through from buyers. Let's see if we can hold on up. We want to have a strong close here. We want to see a nice open and a nice follow through on NRSN. Or it's going to be a rug pull. Yep, that's a nice little dump on off there. That's no bueno. It definitely had the potential. It definitely wanted it. We saw that attempt, new high a day. It just got beaten down way too quick, way too fast. But I still want to watch it above the 625. If it cracks 625, it's dead. If it holds 625, and we continue to consolidate sideways like this and hold that 625 and hold that 9 EMA, there's still potential, but below 625, it's dead, guys. You'll probably see it back down at 550 once it cracks below 625. But as long as it holds 625 and we could see some more volume and a little bit of an attempt back on up, we could still see a nice little pop here. But right now, it's definitely 50-50. If that was going to be the break off that mid-candle breakout, it should have definitely already broke and started its nice little rip and run to the upside. Right now, it's definitely a little 50-50 at this point in time. Still do want to keep it on watch here, though, guys. I still want to keep it on watch, just to see if it does start to get that nice little break on out here. CELZ right now. LBPS halted. All right, cool. We got one stock that's at least halted. That's the first halt of the day. Low float stock, really good volume, has great news as well. LBPS, this could start to be that top gaining stock. So right now we were halted at 939.04. We'll be live at 944.04. Looking for a possible halt strategy on LBPS. Nice little gap up, maybe right around 20 to 30 cents. Come right back down to the halt level of 757 and see a nice little bounce up towards around 875 here on LBPS. Looking for a possible halt strategy on this stock. We will be live at 944. We'll be live at 944.04. We want to see a nice maybe 20 to 30 cent gap up, come right back down very quickly, pretty much immediately, into that 757 level. And then we want to see a nice little continuation and a nice little follow through off the potential halt strategy. Right now, I'm still working NRSN here, guys. I'm still working NRSN at this point in time. I think we still have potential for that possible mid-candle breakout. We came down to support. We're starting to see a nice little bounce. We want to see a new high day break up to 7. That's where I'm going to lock in at least half my profits on NRSN. Cost basis is 659. So I have a little bit of breathing room on NRSN at this point in time. Cost basis is 659. We got to see this break on out here. If it drops back below 650, it's probably not going to get it. If it comes back below 650, it's probably not going to get it. Traders are probably going to lose interest. They're probably going to walk away. But as long as we break a new high a day here up to 7, I think we could really start to see that follow through. And we do have a nice potential target up towards around $8 on NRSN, guys. So again, I'm watching the level 2. Fingers on the trigger. If it doesn't start popping here right now, and if it starts cracking back below 650, I have to get out, but we still look good. We're still building on up on the bids. We still have volume. It still looks like it has some potential. There's 683, 684, 686. There we go. There we go. Starting to see some action here on NRSN. But every time it tries, it dumps. Ah, that sucks. I got to be quick to lock in profits, guys. Every time it tries to get that move, it backs on off very, very quickly. So I was up about $600. I'm back down $300 at this point in time. I did not get my profits off the table quick enough. But she's all over the place. I'm stopping out below 650 on NRSN. It's fighting for it right now. Again, if you're looking at LBPS, you're looking for a gap up. You're looking for a washout back down to the halt level. You're looking for like 757 to 760 entries. Stops below 750. You have potential to 875. I'm currently long on NRSN, guys. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm managing my NRSN position. I'm currently long at 659. Stops below 650. We're looking for a break over 7 to get this going for the mid-candle breakout. Bids are at 680. Every time it tries to get close to 7, it gets hit really, really hard. Every time it tries to get close to $7, it gets smacked down really, really hard. So if it doesn't break out here in the next couple of moments, I'm probably going to have to just walk away from this trade to prevent a big loss if it does dump on off. Right now, LBPS looks like you have a 10-minute halt to the upside, guys. LBPS, 10-minute halt. You'll be live at 949.04. So you have about 4 minutes left on LBPS, but I'm long on NRSN, guys. I don't want to take my finger off the trigger, but I'm going to go ahead and lock up half my profits right there at 695. I just sold half. I'm still holding half my position for a $7 break. If we get a nice big break over 7, I'm still holding half my position. There's 710. Let's lock in a little bit more over $7, guys. That's a profit-taking level. I would say back below 690, I'm out completely, but I have a runner on the table. I have 600 shares on the table for a runner up towards around $8. Mid-candle breakout, guys. I may just go ahead and lock this up. Back below $7, I'm locking it up, guys. I got 600 shares left on the table. Let me pull my P&L box over for you guys. Again, I was calling this out when I took the trade, where my stops were at, my cost basis, my position sizing. I did not want to take my finger off the trigger because, again, if I stopped out, I needed to stop out. If it started ripping to the upside, I needed to lock in profits. So I wasn't able to pull my P&L box over, but we're live now. Got about $1,000 on NRSN. My final 600 shares, I will get out if we drop back below $7 on the bid. But right now we're up about 50 cents a share. Looking for a possible rip up to $8. There's a new high a day in RSN. Back below $7, I will be out. There's 723, new high a day. As long as we stay above $7, we're good to go, guys. Yeah, Spaz and I, we were all over it, guys. Right? We talked about NRSN yesterday for a possible mid-candle. We talked about CYRN for the possible mid-candle. And then today we saw GFAI. And a lot of you guys were all over it. So Spaz is over it. I saw Corey was all over it. We were absolutely all over NRSN for the mid-candle breakout. And when we broke above that 630 to 640 level, that was the level, guys, right? It was the level, right? Breaking above 640 to 650, that's where I want to get long. Where did I get long? 659, right? I stuck to my plan. I did my due diligence. I marked up my levels. I knew exactly what level needed to be broken. We saw volume. I made my entry. I'm up $1 a share right now, guys. We're up at 760 in RSN. So right now, back below 750, I'm going to take my profits. I'm going to go ahead and lock it up, guys. I'm up $1 a share. I'm up $1 a share. We are very overextended. I am out. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good trade. That's a one and done kind of trade right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. So again, NRSN breaking over those prior day levels. We had 622 as high as 642, right? So breaking over Monday's close, breaking over yesterday's highs, right around that 624 to 646 to 650. That's the level that we wanted to see a break and hold above. What happened? We broke, retested, nice rip and run right above Monday's close. NRSN. Not a bad little trade there. Not a bad little trade. So I had an $8 target. I wanted to see the $8 target, right? But I was willing to take profit at 7. So I was looking to get about 50 cents, right? I knew I had potential for $1.50, but I at least wanted to get at least 50 cents out of that trade. My stops were below 625. I said if we crack below 625, I'm out. But once we broke back above 650, I readjusted. I said if we break back below 650, I'm out. So initially, when I made my initial position right here and I added, right, I started a position, my stops were below 625. Then it broke 650 and I added. And I said, if it cracks back below 650, I'm gonna have to get out. My finger's on the trigger. I can't pull my P&L box over because we're right here. It may crack 650. I wanna get out because if we crack 650, we're probably gonna crack 625 and then dump. I'm not going to hold this into a big rug pull. So again, I started my position. I added at 625, really nice cost basis. Once we broke and held above 650, I trailed my stop under 650. I was risking about 15 cents. I was risking about 15 cents. My first target was 7, and I wanted to see $8, but I did lock in some profits at 7.43. So I took my last position off the table right at $6.43. A win is a win. Yep, good job, Spaz. Spaz made $2,900. I was able to grab about $12.83 on that trade. So good job, guys. Good job on that. CELZ, not looking all that great. RZLT, not looking all that great. LBPS, Halt strategy work, guys. Look at the halt strategy. We got our, what? 30-cent gap up. We said 20 to 30-cent gap up, right? Where were we halted at? 757. Where did we open at? $8. Where did it come back down to? 757. So again, that's a halt strategy. When it's halted, we want to see a nice gap up, an immediate washout right down to the halt level, and then we get a quick follow through. You could have made entries right there off the halt level, taking profits at our 875 target. So that was a great $+ trade on LBPS for the halt strategy. So if you guys grabbed LBPS for the halt strategy, you guys locked in over $1 a share. Good job. BKKT is definitely going to look good for a mid-candle breakout tomorrow, guys. Definitely looking good for a possible mid-candle breakout for tomorrow. BKKT. Right now, GFAI is not doing too much. But do not forget about CYRN, guys. CYRN is another mid-candle breakout opportunity. So right now, CYRN. I'm putting my focus over here. Why? It was a top gainer Monday, mid-candle setup yesterday. We are breaking above yesterday's open, right? The first level to break above is 785. Did we get volume over 785? We did. So we saw volume move in over 785. Where are we at? We're holding above 806. We want to see volume move in above 806 to start to see this mid-candle breakout. So I'm willing to jump on in here with a stop below $8 on CYRN. We have potential back up towards around $9. I would say 875 first, $9, and then 919 second. Actually 915, right around that 200 SMA. So right now, high watch, CYRN. We broke our first level of 785. Did we see volume? Yes. Are we above our second level? Yes. Right now, stops are about 10 cents. Target, 90 cents to the upside. Even if you lock in profits around 875, that's still a 7-to-1 setup. You're risking 10 cents, looking to make 60 to 70 cents, possibly getting that full move back up towards around $9 to $9.15. Right now, high watch, CYRN, for the possible mid-candle breakout. 806 is yesterday's open, right? Yesterday's open is right there at 806. We do not want to see this below 806. We want to see a nice strong bounce and a new high a day. So I'm long CYRN. So right now I'm thinking about adding to my position as well because CYRN got that nice pop. Let's see. 817 cost basis, stops back below 806. Definitely worth giving this one a go. I like the potential it has. I like the mid-candle breakout. I like the initial volume over 785. I like the break and the retest of 806, which is yesterday's open. And we're seeing volume move in right off 806. And you have the 9 EMA supporting the stock as well. We want to continue to see volume move in and a simple follow through for a new high a day. But right now I grabbed my entry for this mid-candle breakouts on CYRN. Right now we're up about $100, 125, 175, CYRN. High watch, mid-candle breakout, guys. Already broke that initial 2 levels. Nice technicals here intraday as well. Stops right now for me, back below 806. So right now, if we crack below 806, come back down towards around 8, that's where I'm going to have to stop out. That's about 10 cents of risk, 15 cents of risk. But my target is at least 60 cents to the upside. So it's a substantial, reward, right? If we hit that target, we're looking at 60 cents. What's my risk? 15 cents. That's a 4-to-1 setup, guys. And we're starting to see the technicals hold up beautifully here intraday. We just need to see a strong follow through when you see a nice little break over high a day. That's really going to get this thing going. Again, 875 and then upwards around Monday's close and that 200 SMA right around 915, guys. We need to go ahead and get that strong break over 825 to really get this thing going. We want to not see this come back down, ideally to that 806. We don't want to see it make it down that low. That shows weakness. We want to see this hold and follow through with a break. And it should be quick. It should be fast. So again, we got 60 cents of potential. We're risking about 10 to 15 cents at most. Again, I trade a lot of price action, so I'm watching the level 2 and the time in sales. If I see something I don't like, you may see me getting out a little bit early, because I could always look to re-enter. But right now, we need to see within the next minute or two a simple follow-through for a new high-day break. If we come back down to the 806, I'm going to lose a lot of confidence with CYRN for that mid-candle breakout. But right now, if we can get that 825 break, we're looking pretty good, guys. But that's not what you want to see. That sucks. That did drop off pretty quick there. I'm going to see if I can get an order on the ask, because the spread's about 6 cents. 803 on the bid, 809 on the ask. I'm going to see if it tries to pop back up a little bit. Maybe I get out closer to break even, but if it does drop below 8, that is my stop loss. Remember, I was risking 10 to 15 cents. Below $8, I have to get out completely, but I'm going to give it another minute or two to see if it does try and pop back up a little bit. But right now, like I said, if it wasn't breaking that 825 right then and there, I was losing a little bit of confidence because it should have followed through with that nice simple break over 825 if this was really going to be an aggressive, substantial mid-candle breakout. But you can't win them all. Right? You see a trade, you see an opportunity, you see a setup, build a trade plan, assess your position sizing, accept your loss, accept the outcome of the trade, whether that's a green trade or a red trade, and take the trade. Right? Don't pick and choose your setups. Right? If you start picking and choosing your setups, you may come to find out you're taking all the ones that are red and you're missing all the green ones. So if you see a setup, take it. Right? If you see a good opportunity and you see a good trade and you have a good plan in place and it's a good risk reward and you're accepting that plan and you're building a plan, right? Don't pick and choose. Maybe I take this one, maybe I don't, right? Take them all. That's what I do. Take them all, because I know at the end of the day, I'm still going to come out on top. Yeah, this one may be a red trade, right? But I grabbed NRSN. If I would have picked and chose, right? Let's say I was looking at NRSN and CYRN. They're both mid-candle breakouts. They're both respecting their technicals. They both gave me a buy signal. If I would have said, you know what, I'm not taking NRSN, I'm just going to take CYRN, guess what? I would be red on the day. But I'm not picking and choosing my setups. I see good setups. I get buy signals on both, good plans. I'm going to take both. If they're both winners, fantastic. If they're both losers, that sucks. But if one's a winner and one's a loser, I'm still going to walk away profitable. Because I'm not sitting here picking and choosing. And again, if I would have started to pick and choose my setups, maybe I would have chosen CYRN. I'd be down $500 on the day. But I saw NRSN as well. It gave me a buy signal. So I took it. I made $1,283. So right now, I did take a loss on CYRN. It had the potential. It was setting up. I built my plan. Great opportunity. It was a red trade. It happens, but I'm still green on the day. So again, that candle right there, no bueno. That spinning top right at resistance, I was a little worried. This candle, I wanted to see it break. It didn't, it dumped. So right there, I was concerned. I started saying, you know what, I'm concerned. If it doesn't break, I'm losing a lot of confidence. I lost all my confidence right here. Still gave it a chance. I got stopped out. So CELZ right now fading and falling. LBPS currently halted to the downside. RZLT not too much. MULN still nothing. BKKT nothing right now. GFAI, we can take that one off the watch list. CYRN, I mean, there's still potential. It could still move, but it has to set back up. And then NRSN was a great little attempted mid-candle breakout, right? We got the break, the hold, we took it long, we made money. CYRN, It broke that initial 785 level, right? We broke with volume. That was great. Pulled back. We broke and held over 806. I mean, you guys tell me. You guys tell me. Good trade, bad trade. I liked it, right? Why did I like it? It was respecting the technicals, right? We broke yesterday's close, 785 on volume. We saw that initial pop in volume. We broke right here over 806. Why was 806 a key level? It was yesterday's open. And so we broke above, we had some volume, and look at how we consolidated and we pulled back right into the 806, right into that 9 EMA. And then all we're waiting for is a pop, volume, break over that consolidation high, 816. What happened? Pop, volume, broke over that consolidation high of 816. Where was my entries? 817, right? So I waited for my confirmation. I waited for the technicals to set up. I waited for my buy signal. I got my buy signal. Nice tight stop loss. Looking at the daily chart, great potential for the mid-candle breakout up to 875 and then $9. So again, that confirmed my entry. We had the volume. We broke above 806. We held above. We had the 9 EMA to support the move as well. And unfortunately, it was just a trade that didn't work out. And it happens. You build your plans. Assess your loss, accept it. You take a trade and it's red. You just take your trade, it's red. You move on. On to the next trade, guys. Yeah, I was talking about PIK this morning on our live stream that, you know, if we hold above 476, 475, we could see a nice little bounce off the gap that was filled yesterday. And we're seeing a nice little bounce on PIK. I mean, there's a lot of stuff moving right now, guys. Right? There's a lot of decent potential in the market. Right now, NRSN still has potential, guys. Don't sleep on NRSN, right? We had the attempt for the mid-candle breakout, right? We had the attempt. We had a nice move. We are pulling back on light volume back down into our 625 support level. We are forming a nice little U-shape on NRSN. We could see that nice little U-shape break back up to high a day and possibly even up to $8. So don't forget about NRSN. There is still some potential. LBPS is now live, but this thing is pretty nasty to the downside. Pretty nasty. Hit 875, immediately getting rejected back below that 200 SMA as well. So we'll still keep LBPS on watch here, but right now definitely doesn't look all that great, guys. We'll see if it can clean itself up and maybe start moving a little bit. All right, so right now we're about 34 minutes into the day. One red trade in pre-market, LBPS. I took a $37 loss. NRSN, green trade, nice little trade, $1,200. CYRN, the failed mid-candle breakout, down 562. Overall, right now I'm at 683.09 on the day. And I am, what? I am 1 for 3. Like, I have a 33% win rate. 2 red trades, 1 green trade. So how in the world am I profitable with a 33% win rate? It's trade plans. That's what it comes down to. I wasn't trading blind. I had a strategy. I had a setup. It was confirmed. I got a buy signal. Great risk reward, right? So overall, even at a 33% win rate, I'm still profitable. Keeping those losses small, keeping those winners big, right? Making my entries, low risk, proper size, not too aggressive, getting a nice run up, not being greedy, locking in profits along the way up. taking another trade, getting in, up in profits, right? Getting stopped out, respecting my stop out, right? Being disciplined, walking away, not letting that red trade turn into an even bigger red trade to give all my profits back. So there's potential, right? There's potential to have a really bad win rate, 33%, well below average, and still walk away profitable at the end of the day. George, why do halts happen? There's a few reasons as to why halts happen. The main reason is due to volatility. The stock is moving too fast, but you do have news pending halts as well, to where the stock will be halted pending a press release. You do see those. They're not as common. The main halts that we see intraday are halts due to volatility. The stock is just moving way too quick, way too fast. So why is REVB up, right? REVB is up 39%, 9 million in float, right? It's trading 10 million shares today. When I look at REVB, I don't see any news on this stock, right? So why is REVB ripping to the upside right now? That's the question, right? We need a catalyst. There needs to be a reason. The last thing we want to do is see a stock ripping to the upside, looking for a trade, and then just dumping on off. So I don't see any news on REVB. Let me go check my other screener real quick for news. Yesterday, they're presenting at the 2022 Virtual Growth Conference. That was yesterday on REVB. Okay, so there is some news. Okay, if you got a link, that'd be great for the team. Post that up inside of alerts. But yeah, I wasn't able to find any news for some reason on REVB. So REVB has some okay support right around like 226, 225. If we dip below that level, probably see it back down around 210 on REVB. And obviously high day resistance between 275 and 288 would be resistance on REVB. Right now, any shorts, right? Do we have any shorts in the market? I wouldn't really chase CELZ as it's already dumped on off. RZLT just doesn't have volume. LBPS has already dumped on off. I wouldn't be chasing a short there. We still have MULN on watch above 332. I wouldn't recommend shorting it. BKKT is for a possible mid-candle breakout tomorrow. CYRN just doesn't look all that great. You can short NRSN. Now you got a nice little head and shoulders formation on NRSN, right? You got the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Your neckline is 625. You crack below 625, you have potential to fall to 6, and then back down to the low of day of 560. So you do have a potential head and shoulders formation, but you have to wait for that neckline to crack, which is that 624, 625 level. You want to see that crack on strong volume. If you get that crack below with strong volume, you could definitely see that selling momentum pick up down to 6 and then down towards around that 560 level, which is our intraday low today. So watch NRSN for the possible head and shoulders formation.